What's up, Inner Circle? Welcome to another episode of The Short and Spicy.
Hello.
One day we'll be in unison and the crowds will go wild.
Yes.
Our adoring fans. One day.
It'll sound just like that.
I can do it with a broken heart. Friends and family, welcome. We have entered into the Tortured Poets universe at this date in time.
We're officially a member.
Yes, we're officially a member of the Tortured Poets Department.
Correct.
Wellness check for all members of the Tortured Poets Department. How are we doing?
Oh my God.
Can we tell the story? So about us like planning out
Advertise her business on our podcast.
so Katie
We'll Venmo
Katie
request her.
helps make
Yeah.
a certain set list for a certain thing that we do on certain nights of the day. And
Okay, we'll be more specific than that.
There's twerking involved.
Brandon is an instructor at a local fitness studio here, and
A dance studio.
A dance studio.
A twerk forward dance studio.
correct.
And so his brain simply cannot be making a playlist the day before he's got to instruct. So,
But you know who can.
It's outsourced to me, so I get to decide.
And
That's
it's
so generous.
It's great. She
You should
loves
bill
to pick
for
the
that.
songs.
It's great.
It's yeah. So I was
That's
like,
so
we were
fun.
trying to add more Torture Poet Department songs in there so we can just listen to them. So
Yeah.
to do that, I can't create a routine that fast. So I'm just like, oh, we'll just do some weights to it. Then the way you said it was so funny. She's like, or we can just, how'd you put it? It was so good.
Let me read it. Hold on.
She's like, we can just lay down in the dark for an hour and listen to think about the men that's ruined us.
Okay, so Brandon texts me at Friday at 4:36 p.m. And our class is Saturday at 9. And he goes,
This is fine timing, by the way.
yeah.
Correct.
Bean, I'm on board with
And
this
he
timing.
said, so what are we thinking for tomorrow? And so, and
It's fine.
knowing he's asking me to make the playlist, I'm saying, I think we all lay flat on our backs in the dark and listen to Torture Poets Department and think about all the men who have wronged us. And then
Yeah.
second text, and afterwards we band together and murder them. That is the
I think that's reasonable.
that's the cardio portion.
That's the cardio. Thank you.
Keep going.
And
To
then-
mob murder those who have wronged the women in the group.
Right.
I see no
Exactly.
flaws.
And
Or
so
whoever in the group.
Brandon goes, I meant for dance class, but okay. And I said, so did I. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with my plan here.
We sit there and do soft yoga for an hour in the dark.
We do Shavasana for an hour.
Yeah.
And then we are filled with rage, and then we go on a murder rampage, allegedly.
Filled with rage.
In the swamp.
Yes.
The bodies
that's the
are
cardio
buried.
portion.
Yep.
Look, and strength, depending on size, dimensions of the bodies that we're
I have a
lugging
list
to
of
the
men
swamp.
that are on that need to be put in the
The
swamp.
kill list.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You deserve prison, but you won't get time.
You slide into inboxes and slip through the bars. So, yeah.
Moving on.
Wellness check on our... How do we think that having the Tortured Poets Department has enhanced our ability... And Tortured Poets Department, the fucking anthology.
The fucking anthology.
There are 31 songs. As of today, how many amongst us three, how many amongst us believe that there will be a third installment?
Taylor Swift. I swear to God.
I believe it.
I know that
Really?
she probably
I'm a
wrote
third album truther.
She probably wrote more than 31 songs. I mean,
Yeah.
she says that she probably writes 100 songs for an album and then she pares it down. So I imagine there are extra songs out there.
But that was pared down.
Whether or not we will get them, I don't know.
Okay, well,
My
think she's gonna
tiny
release
brain
it.
cannot possibly ingest any more lyrics.
I think it's going to be Cinco de Mayo.
You know, if Swifties...
I think
Cinco de
there will be
Mayo.
guacamole involved.
Guacamole.
I don't know. I
If
make the rules.
there's more Swifties in the world than there is police. All
True.
we need to do is find
True.
Travis Kelce, hold him down.
there are more
There are more
Swifties
Swifties in the world than there are police.
Yeah, the popo can go.
You're correct.
Popo. And so all we gotta
Respectfully.
do is find Travis, hold him against his will, and ask him what the
They
fuck.
can hold me against my
How
will.
many songs are coming? That's where I was going with that. Not trying to
Travie.
anti-rally the police.
Do you think she tells Travis?
Oh, yeah.
I don't always tell Jay like what I'm getting people for Christmas because I don't know. He's a golden retriever. He's gonna tell.
Well, we know what he wants for Christmas is you not to have a liner in your skirt.
Dear
Oh,
Okay.
Y'all, these little pleated skirts. They're in style. They're V cute.
They're very cute.
And I cannot wear them without Jay saying,
they're V cute.
we gotta cut this out.
Why? This is Smut Club. Where smut is better with friends.
I think he wants me to be even more comfortable. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Smut,
For sure.
smut.
For sure.
You're letting it breathe.
Exactly. That's what
Cat's got to breathe.
He cares for my comfort.
The kitty cat's got to breathe.
Exactly.
Cats love windows. Yours needs a window.
You're making it worse, babe. Making it worse.
I think I want to start over and just.
No.
I think that's appropriate.
No, this has been a great 6 minutes and 6 seconds. Okay.
Okay, but so do we feel that our wellness is enhanced by having these heart-wrenching, rage-inducing songs to live our lives to? Or do we feel that it has made things more complicated? For us personally, in our own wellness.
Oh, my life's enhanced.
Okay.
I love
I feel like I
pockets
see
to put
everything.
my feelings in.
That's a good
Pockets.
point. That's
Yeah.
what these songs are. 31 pockets. These are cargo
31
shorts.
pockets to
These
place.
are cargo pants.
All yes. Just
Oh my god, 31 is 13 backwards. Where have I been? I
didn't catch
know.
that.
Thank you. You
Okay.
didn't either. Okay.
Bean.
Don't you cut that out. That's going to be within a geography lesson.
Wait, why do we think she did 31? Because of 13?
I think she wanted to make the album 2 hours and 2 minutes long, and so that's it's exactly 2 hours and 2 minutes long.
She did it.
And it just happened to be 31 songs.
She's cryptic and Machiavellian.
Mastermind. Mastermind. Anyways.
I'm amazed. What was our biggest surprise? Our biggest, I did not see this coming.
No, I know the answer to this should be the same for everybody. That this is not a Joe. This is not a Joe Allen album. This is a Maddie fucking Healy album.
I think
I was devastated. Now, don't get it twisted. Torture Pods Apartment is in my top 3 albums of all time. I think it is.
Yeah, truly.
It is a masterpiece
Same.
of just lyricism and music production. So, but I hate that I have to think about Maddie Healy every time I sing these songs.
I did not have this on my bingo
Wet
card.
rat.
I did
Wet
not.
rat.
Wet rat.
I did
Wet
not
rat.
anticipate, and we personally know and have had interactions now with so many 1975 Maddie Healy fans. This is fascinating to me. The crossover, y'all chime in. Are y'all okay? Let us know. Leave it in the comments.
If you are a Swiftie and a
Send us an email.
1975
Smut is
fan,
better with friends at Drins.
oh my god,
Yeah,
Smut is
Let
better
me
with friends at
tell ya.
gmail.com.
I am
We are not
really.
Sober.
We have had no sangria with our breakfasts. Yeah, I am still shocked because I went back, of course, and listened through our podcast on this episode or breaking down Tortured Poets, and all of them, we were like, oh yeah, fresh out the slammer, that's Joe. Guilty as sin. We were like, this is all going to be about Joe, and many of them are.
So does that
Yeah,
mean
and
Joe's not here yet? We've not had Joe's album yet.
Good point. Which would warrant a third album.
I mean, there are definitely songs about Joe on this.
Yes.
You can't say So Long on It is not about Joe.
Exactly.
But also, Fresh Out the Slammer is about Joe, but it's also about
Correct.
Maddie. They're both in there.
We did not see this coming.
We didn't see
but
Maddie
Daddy,
being
I
this
love
much
him.
of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This rewrote, similar to her 5 stages of grief playlists. This kind of rewrote our perception, our understanding of what went down and how it went down.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was truly mind blowing. I'm still reeling. I listened through and I'm like, the fuck is
I need
happening
to deep
here?
dive more with the lyrics. I've not gone full like you have.
I
Full peacock like you have.
I have been.
Yeah, I'm filled with a new form of rage anytime I listen to any lyric that is like, you shit talked me under the table, talking rings and talking cradles.
Ugh.
Sir, you took the ring off my middle finger and put it on the one people put wedding rings on, and that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. Are you fucking serious?
I want to end him.
I'm gonna kill him.
I want to end him.
Or
I want to get him back.
in the very last track of the album, the manuscript, where she says if the sex was half as good as the conversation, soon they'd be pushing strollers.
Ooh.
If a man ever talked to you about marriage and having babies and then fucking ghosted you, he deserves prison.
And if the sex wasn't good,
Well, his dick is small.
I'm here to say the smallest dick who ever lived. Actually,
The smallest dick who ever lived.
I am here to say, ladies, ladies, and those into men. By all, if it's not good, if the sex isn't good, no, No. And if you're working at it, like
I mean, it seemed like he was just too high all the time for it to ever be good.
Such a downer, literally.
Literally.
The smallest man who ever lived. I was telling you all this at brunch, but I played it for Jay in the car, and he was like, okay, this is fine. This is like a folklore, Evermore energy at the beginning. And then when we got to the bridge, his jaw dropped. He was like, the fuck? Because she explains what happens.
Were you sent by someone who wanted me dead? Like,
did you sleep with a gun underneath our bed?
yeah.
Poof. Y'all, we could.
It's wild.
It was.
What song do you think
really,
is not being talked about enough? Because I have one.
Ooh.
What song do I think is not
What's
being
underrated?
On
What
the
is-
Swift Talk?
Everyone's talking about the broken heart. Everyone's talking about Florida. Everyone's talking about
Who's your favorite
Fortnite.
little me? Guilty sin. Guilty sin.
I honestly think I'm Gonna Get You Back has a fucking killer bridge.
That was mine.
does.
She
So-
sounds so good.
She sounds, and the little like, she does
Oh,
like,
every
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
Every time.
That was mine. I'm so
It's
proud
hot.
of it. Yes. Oh,
Yes.
No one's talking about it.
Yes.
I've had it on
Motherfuckers.
repeat. I've had it on repeat. It's
Oh, so
very
good.
fun, and she captures like the conflicted energy of it all. I don't know if I'm gonna be your wife
Yeah.
or I'm gonna smash
Ha.
your bike.
Yeah.
It's on
But
right
I'm
now.
gonna get you back.
I'm gonna get you back.
Prince. But like,
Whether
it's-
I'm gonna flip you off or pull you into the closet, I haven't decided yet.
She
Either
sounds-
way,
gonna
I'm
get
leaving
you
here. With,
back.
I might be in handcuffs, but
she
I'm leaving here
sounds
with you.
So
Yeah.
good, so good, and
So
no one's
good.
talking about it. And I'm like, wake the fuck up.
Pick your
Like,
poison, babe. I'm poison either way.
Whoa!
Oh, you're gonna hate me either way, baby.
You're gonna hate me either way. It is so.
Always on the same page, us.
So good.
She's wanting to fuck him up, one way or the other.
I'd like to.
And I mean, for anyone who has,
There is more Swifties than police. We can do it.
there is more Swifties
We just
than
have to
police.
unite.
Correct.
We're not going to January 6th the Capitol, but we would like to.
We would like to January 6th, Maddie Healy. Maddie Healy's ass. You're welcome, Swifties.
Wow. And now we know why our podcast has so many 5-star reviews.
Say it like it is, folks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you back. And having no spaces, she's really done something special here. It's an excellent.
And so many people are like, oh, well, at the very beginning, I mean, full transparency, I would like another All Too Well, another Enchanted to come along in our lives. But then when
Yeah.
I think of and I read all these comments, I'm like, this is exactly what she wants to put out, her way, her time, her style, everything.
It's also like
So-
It's her life.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's her story, things that happened to her. Like
It's her life.
we're not allowed to be like, that wasn't the right way to say that. I'm like, well, that's the way that she experienced it. Like,
That's art. Like
Yeah.
people who have a problem with how it's done. This is
Yeah.
art. It's
Have y'all
up to
seen the Facebook? Y'all don't have
interpretation.
Facebook. Well, you do, but yeah, you don't
For
go
Facebook
on it.
Marketplace.
There's a thing that keeps getting shared about like someone circled all the explicits, and they're like, "This is not
Yes. appropriate
for children," and she's
okay.
not blah blah blah.
She's 34 fucking years old.
yeah,
Writing
correct.
about a 10-year situationship and great sex now.
She's not
Taylor
doing a
Swift-
kids bop album.
Did she
Like,
ever sign up to write music for kids? No.
She's
not
not
even when
writing
she was
for
a teenager
children.
was she writing music for kids. Like,
Yeah,
She has no obligation.
I'm sorry that she's not masking the sexuality of her songs anymore. Like,
Also,
have you
for-
listened to Wildest Dreams? That song is horny as hell. She talks about taking his clothes off. His clothes are in his house. Like, she's having sex dreams about this guy.
It's sex,
Yeah.
y'all. And it
Sex.
all brings us back to this puritanical
Smut Club.
view of, sexuality and how it's bad and wrong. And yes, we should be age appropriate with children. I agree. But
That's
Taylor-
your responsibility as that kid's parent.
that's the parent's
That's not
responsibility to
Taylor's
filter.
responsibility. She's not raising your kid.
right.
Yeah.
she's not doing a
Also,
kid.
hot take, as a non-parent, but someone who's worked with children for 15 years, hot take, talk to your kids about sex
Yeah.
in an age-appropriate,
How about
healthy
it?
way.
Hot take.
It would actually be really helpful
To know about it.
to our culture at large if you would use healthy, age-appropriate,
I wish I could find it.
clear sex ed.
So many people are sharing it, and I'm like, "This isn't a kids pop album." Like,
No.
she's on it. Like it's like
It's so
everyone,
fun. Yeah,
everyone
I've seen
hated.
these posts.
Everyone
Yeah.
hated Style Taylor's version when it came out because they didn't like the whole vibe that it's in with like some of the little notes and stuff like that, like the way the music was sounding. And I'm like, it's her version. She picked it. It's exactly
if it
how she
says
wanted
Taylor's
it.
version next to it, this is the way that she wanted her music to sound like.
So then we fucking love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, and you can decide whether or not it's a bop for you.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this is not your. That's the thing with art, and this is why creatives don't create, or they're afraid to share it, because this is what they have to say, and it's incredibly painful to have it criticized. But it takes guts. It takes a lot of guts to put something you've created out there into the world
and say, do you like this?
Well, and I would wager that Taylor is saying, fuck all y'all, whether you like it or not, this is where I'm at. This is who I am. But Daddy, I love him. This is the one I want. This is what I have to say. This is how I want to say it. And I'm not in the music industry, and so this is probably...
But even still, like, on a much smaller scale, I feel it, like, when we put these episodes out, and people have things to say at all times. And so, like, we're putting our thoughts and feelings, and, like, this is our form of art and expression.
It's creative expression.
Exactly. And so people have something to say about it. It feels personal, even though it's probably not. And, like, so to have someone critique, like, these parts of your life, especially when Taylor is so honest in her music, she's saying, here are the things that happened to me, here's the way that I interpreted it. And then when people have the like gall to just critique the way that she experienced something, it's like, hold on, you weren't there. And I mean, she does have the right to scold us, and but Daddy, I love him.
All you judgmental creeps. Like, I mean,
sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I will never see.
I'm glad she said it. Like, because okay, she's got a point. She wanted to be with Maddie Healy, so sue her. Okay, that belongs to her. Yeah. I mean, it didn't go well. And that's not because she is bad. Like, that's because Maddie Healy was a dick, from what we have learned.
Yes.
But that's not because I don't know, she takes great ownership over her stuff in here as well. But it's just such a this is the most human album I've heard from her.
Yes. It does feel very, like, real when you listen to it.
It's just, there's no cure for being human. We're people. We make mistakes. We get our hearts broken.
Maddie.
We go out there and we try again, and then we win the Super Bowl.
Type. Basic malnourishment. And then maybe that's it. Maybe I need to find a Travis.
Let me tell you.
that could be why. That could be why my life is so wrong.
Let me tell you.
If you're going after people like Maddie Healy, look. But Daddy, I love him. Whatever you want to do is fine.
And if you want to settle down, like, that's the thing. Like, if what you want is to settle down and to be loved and to build a life, then Maddie Healy doesn't want that. Or maybe he said he did.
I think he
said he did,
but then he
didn't mean it.
Got skewed. He saw forever, so he smashed it up.
He saw forever, so he smashed it up.
Mm-hmm.
He got skewed.
He got skewed.
Skewy. We contain multitudes. This was such a commentary on the human experience. Mm-hmm. I really thoroughly appreciated how vulnerable and real and, I don't know, imperfect.
I appreciated the boys at brunch because they were talking about it separately, and we were talking about it in the conversation.
Were they talking about it? I was not listening to anything they were saying.
Cute.
It was so adorable. And then he was like, "Have you made it through all of it?" And then Jay was like, "No, I've not made it through all of it." And I was like, "Well, you do have grace because it is over 2 hours." So,
yes, truly. Yeah, he was in the car. He was like, "Play ones that I haven't heard before," and I'm like, "You're gonna lose interest, babe."
I'm sorry.
Some of these are really deep, and you're not gonna. This isn't. He's definitely 1989 girly.
Yeah, I think.
So is A.
So
is B.
So is B. True.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. A is also a Midnight's girly. He appreciates a lot of
the complexity. Yeah. Jay surprised me with what he was enjoying. He was like, "Oh my god, what did she say?" I'm like, yeah, thank you.
I felt that way about a lot of things. I was like, what did she just fucking say?
Yeah, our Zoom the weekend, or the evening at midnight, on the moment of the release, that was deeply enjoyable to me. That was a fun way.
It was fun, and also just like trying to put my ear as close to the speaker as possible and like trying to ingest all of the words,
and then you ingested Ashley's farts.
So
oh my god,
Yes.
During our first listen of what we know now as Loss of My Life,
you lost one of your life.
We're trying to we're transitioning to the next song, and that run is like, Who's Afraid of Little Me? I Can Fix It. I Can Fix Him. No, Really, I Can. Loss of My Life. That run of songs is kind of devastating, and so we get to this and the vibe is pretty low. We're like, oh my gosh, we're never gonna feel joy again. And so Ashley goes to adjust her position on the couch next to me, and then just farts so loudly
onto you.
Yes,
her ass cheeks are angled towards you.
But everybody else who's on the Zoom, so me, Ashley, Savannah, we're in the same room. Everybody else is on Zoom. Nobody knows what's going on.
They love each other more than they love us.
Yeah. And so, me, Savannah, and Ashley are losing our shit. We're trying to hide our face from the screen because Loss of My Life is playing.
And you were trying to let us enjoy it? That's so thoughtful.
We were like, this is... So, Ashley
We didn't know why you were laughing.
She whispers in my ear, sorry, I ruined the vibe. And we were like, so Savannah and I are trying to hold it together, but we are laughing, so I push my face off the screen so nobody can see us laughing. And I can tell that nobody's listening to the song because they're just watching us. And so I just to be like, I'm so sorry, you guys.
Ashley farted on me.
Yeah, so my first listen of Loss of My Life, I did not ingest any of the words. My brain was not present.
That was stressful for the literary among us. The one who wanted to analyze. I love a big picture go over the first time. I love a big okay, I'm gonna just take this in for what I hear, first react,
right,
and then I'm gonna get it on the next runs.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing everyone's reaction on the screen.
It was so crazy to watch us all have the same reactions at the same time.
We were all like.
That was so fun.
Second track of the album, she's like, you took my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one people put wedding rings on, and all of us just everyone's face went shocked. I grabbed onto Savannah's arm. People were like, oh my god.
It was
it's really fun.
It was great to get our hearts broken together.
And then when we realized there's another one coming, it was
I know
1:30 in the morning. We were like, wait, there's another countdown, and then we're all like, oh shit.
So we watched the countdown.
We were flipping Instagram. Everybody was on a different social media, and I was on Spotify, and I refreshed it, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Spotify, there's another fucking album.
And when our faces were just pure exhaustion. We were like,
oh my god, please.
It was it had been predicted. We kind of knew. But we didn't know.
Well,
we didn't know it was going to be released that evening.
I said on this podcast,
at
we are going to know what the 2 means eventually. I said it, and we learned.
The 2 was really driven home.
Yeah.
Quite clearly. And
really
you know
driven.
what? Which makes me doubt that there will be a third. Because, I don't know. The 2 was so clear.
Yeah,
and
my guess is
super emphasize the 3.
Next announcement that we get is probably going to be the anthology vinyl, which I would like to have. So please,
I would actually like to purchase that immediately.
Expedite.
Yeah.
Oh, so yours only has the first.
Yeah,
because that's the only vinyl you can buy.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that Grammys night. Katie and I both immediately ordered it, pre-ordered it on the when she announced it. And so that's kind of a sentimental. I keep seeing, there's the clear one and all the cool. But I love that because that was.
I just love the wall that you're doing over there with all the vinyls. I really, really do like it a lot.
So this is actually a shrine,
right?
So this is a shrine to Casey Musgraves is up there too, but we're making a Taylor's shrine.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have to have a brunette up there.
Wait, so before we move on, can we give a top 2 songs?
2?
3?
I give a top 2 of my day.
Dare you ask me that?
Because I think it changes every fucking day, right?
Well, it's hard to pick just one.
Well, I'm not.
Okay, should we do top 3? Bean, you start because you came up with this crazy.
Yeah, you're.
I can't. I won't.
I won't.
Well, obviously, I can do it with a broken heart. Clearly,
for the 1999 girl, that is so true. Truly, I deeply relate to that song every day at work.
Savannah's gonna make us t-shirts immediately.
Yes, we do need a matching t-shirt. It could be like that cream. What are those colors of this? What are these colors? Sepia.
I mean, it's black and white. It's a black, beige, cream, off-white, eggshell.
Yeah.
It's
the albatross.
The albatross.
Yes. God, this is hard.
This is your fucking idea.
Guilty of Sin, gotta have it. When I think of the top 3, I can never live without them. I can do it with a broken heart, Guilty of Sin, and I think Thank You, Amy. She sounds beautiful.
She does sound so good.
She is so talented.
I think the Torture Post department. I don't think no one's listening that much either. And
I like it.
and I think it's got a cool beat to it.
It's got
I
a great beat.
I like it a lot. Maybe Fortnite. Maybe Fortnite.
Wow.
Fortnite?
I think they both sound great in that. I know. I'm not a Florence fan. Florida sounds
That's
fun.
okay.
And we'll play it while we're at the beach.
Absolutely.
Under our canopy with our massive bottle of water.
You laugh. You think that like that's the only thing we're going to have under our
excited to go to
canopy.
beach with Peacock.
Do you know how many comfort items we will have under that like professional grade canopy?
Those are my 3 done. Next.
Okay, Katie Bird, do you want to go next? Do you want me to go?
Okay.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
I will go.
This is just today. It can change tomorrow.
My heart
says the Gemini.
My heart changes always. Okay. Guilty of Sin.
So good.
So good. I am just in my own little horny world when I listen to that song.
You want a hot take? I haven't spent enough time with Guilty of Sin.
It's so
Play
good.
it right now. No, I'm kidding. We don't have 5 minutes. But
no, I really haven't spent enough time. I understand there's some excellent storytelling going in there, but I need to really soak that one in because I keep...
My bed sheets are ablaze. I screamed his name. It is horny.
Fucking credits.
But this is about her longing for Maddie Healy whilst with Joseph.
Yes. So she is basically, she's just imagining herself with someone else.
Without ever touching your skin. Why do I feel guilty of sin?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I wonder if that's one of the reasons they broke up. He's like, you clearly want to be with someone else. I don't know.
Were they not together? Well, because
No,
they were
she
on
and
and
Joe.
off. They were on and off for a while, right?
Yeah.
Is that the whole point of it?
I need a third album roasting Joe a little more.
It's coming.
Okay, Guilty of Sin, question mark, is your first?
It's in the top 3.
Okay, top 3
I'm
in
proud
no
of us.
particular
We've
order.
unified at least one.
In no particular order.
Okay.
In the top 3.
Okay.
Probably... I'm feeling a lot of pressure. Okay.
It's okay.
Fresh out the Slammer. I just love the way she sounds on that.
It's a great energy. That's in
just-
your range, too. I bet that's really fun for you to sing,
It's
too.
so good.
You have a beautiful alto.
And then I'm probably... The thing is, I want to give honorable mention to our 2 Travis tracks. I think those are just... They make me feel so good. I mean, they're not in my top 3, not because I don't like them. I just think that the writing on the other songs is a little bit better. So High School it makes me feel like I'm listening to Fearless for the first time again. It's so
High
good.
School is so tender and so silly.
So I'm going to say for my last one, I'm going to Get You Back. Because I just want to shake my ass every time I hear it.
It's so good.
It's so good.
That TikToker who does the rating each song by their twerkability.
Literally me when I listen to the album.
She's like, oh yeah, you can twerk to this.
Slowly arching her back.
Okay, oh God. Yeah, now I have to answer this question.
I wish we did have video so we could do that rate your 10 from it and we all 3 could do it together.
Yeah, I did that.
So I need to do that.
With our headphones on.
Well, 10 out of 31, that's almost a third. Like you're not even covering. Okay, so But Daddy I Love Him. So I've been bopping to Bet Daddy I Love Him.
It makes me want to run in a field.
That's what I'm saying with the sun out. And we've had such like full color springtime weather that's
Makes me want to run in a field.
Like, I'm being so
It is in a sundress or with my dress unbuttoned.
Exactly.
Like it is so.
Unbuttoned.
And like as
That's a lyric.
As religious trauma girlies, like deeply relate.
He's the one I want.
You ain't gotta pray for me.
You ain't gotta pray for me. Yeah,
And my wild boy and all this wild.
It is. It really speaks to desire and to everyone having something to say all the time about what women want. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe fuck off.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a. I don't know. I could talk about it all day.
What a devastating day to be a Sarah or a Hannah. No shade to the Sarahs and Hannahs. As we have like an Anna and a Katie in the room.
Like we have average day, but like Sarah, she's talking about Brads and Chads.
Yeah.
But the women who
Sarah's
are
and Hannah's in their Sunday best.
Yeah, she's got. It's just I want a music
They're
video.
clutching their pearls. Brandon.
I want
Bingo.
a music video too, but Daddy I Love Him.
Oh, me too.
We
I want a
could
short
do that.
film.
We could go to a
the place.
tourist town.
Yes.
And dress in old Western clothes.
The tourist town.
So when we were in Charleston, this was...
Did you get Old West photos?
No. No.
Do they have them in Charleston?
No,
you'd have to be in Lily Pulitzer.
There's plenty near I work.
Yes,
There's one on every corner.
That's what I'm saying.
I've actually done it up there.
Very good, very good.
No, but we were at this very historic place, and there were hedges and gardens, and I was like, if I was an influencer, I would be running through these hedges with my dress unbuttoned to this song.
Oh, but Daddy, I love him. Ripped bodice.
Yes.
So into it. Yeah, I think But Daddy, I Love Him is a bop. I've had like all my windows down just screaming to this one. It's such a good one. Okay. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
For the bridge alone.
For that fucking bridge. Were you sent by someone who wanted me dead?
You'll slide into inboxes and slip through the
bars. Ooh, it gets me every time. Okay, this is just up today. God, I'm on list 4. Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus?
I do also fuck with that song.
That one will...
I do also fuck with that song.
I had a client specifically cite... This was such a fun week as a therapist because I had so many clients have so many things to say because they know I'm and so they're bringing it in. I'm like, this is actually quite therapeutically relevant for your personal journey.
If you want to break my cold heart, just say you always want...
It'll just fucking devastate you. And I feel like, I mean, for all y'all who are in therapy, I feel like this helped me really understand where clients were coming from in a whole new way by what songs they were pulling out.
Yes.
I was able, like, from a clinical standpoint, for better or for worse, I was able to, like, I understand better because Taylor describes this. It was just such a beautiful way for people to express. And this is what Taylor does best. Like, it was such a beautiful way for people to express what they were experiencing through Taylor's lyrics. Exactly. And it helps them heal.
Yeah, and that, like, Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus, she's saying it doesn't fucking matter who it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whose hands are in your hair or whose hair your hands are in.
That's not
not the point.
Yeah, it's
oh, it's so good.
Be With Me. Oh,
it's so good.
That one and honorable mention
the black
today.
Dog.
Oh my
For
God.
Me, I got a black dog magnet on my car. Just
the black dog.
It scratches my brain just right.
That's fantastic. The black dog bridge is unspeakably good. But yeah, I'm gonna Get You Back. I could fuck with every day. Every day I could start my day with I'm gonna get you back and be very happy.
Yes, correct.
Wow, I think that these are not deep cuts. These are like everyone is on the same page with like these are pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I will say honorable mention too for our fashion girlies. I'm not necessarily one, but we follow like some Taylor Swift styled Instagram account, and she like sources the items that Taylor wears. And for several days before Tortured Poets released, she wore an Amy, something that was called Amy, something that was called Cassandra, something that was called Robin.
She's a genius.
And
no way.
She sure was. So every time she wore something, the name of that article of clothing was like the Robin coat or something. And it was such a cool, like, none of us could have possibly known that at the time.
Right.
But
it's like, it all comes back around.
That is my favorite kind of Easter egg, where it makes sense in hindsight.
Yes.
Because we couldn't have possibly known it before.
I need someone we need to cut that out so I can have it on play when people say, why Taylor Swift? Click.
Yeah, because
she goes to even as far as like the outfits that she's wearing a few days for the album.
Yes.
That is why.
It's so fun.
I'm so surprised that I Hate It Here is not on your list.
I haven't spent enough time with I Hate It Here.
I Hate It Here, so I will go to Secret Gardens in my mind.
Stop.
Yeah. She's talking about her mind palace.
That's me.
Yeah.
Your rug
my
happy
mind
place.
palace.
Yeah, your rug palace. Thank you.
And she like, there's like this whole section where it was like, me and my friends used to play this game where we would pick a decade that we want to live in.
1830s.
Yeah, I said the 1830s with all the races, but then I realized I would hate it also because the palace is cold. They're selling me off. Like, it's not romantic. It's terrible, actually. So I'm going to go to Secret Gardens in my mind.
Yeah, and I mean, our angel, that really is what she does. Is she has a beautiful creative world, even when her personal life is really heartbreaking. Wow. Okay, I need to spend more time with that. I feel like what I do, and Jay can attest to this, is I'm a big repeater of songs. Like, I'm talking for like 8 hours, just repeat one song.
Damn.
And it's a neurospicy thing. I know some of y'all do this somewhere. It is a little, it makes Jay want to scream, but it's so cathartic. Like, it helps me process because it just hits just the right brainwaves, and then I just move through that. I love it.
And so that's the same way. He's really, a big repeat, put on repeat for so many hours.
I'm not saying like repeat like a couple. I'm saying like repeat it for hours.
Yes.
Like, that's the only song I'll like. One time I drove from Jay's hometown to my hometown, which is like a 7.5 hour. I drove to one song.
Yeah,
one song.
I looped one song, and I was working through some shit. And it was really good. I was like this, and that was the first time that I realized that was weird, because Jay was like, "What? Are you okay?
Are you okay?"
I'm like, no, probably not. But yeah, so I have been looping, "But Daddy, I love him. I'm gonna get you back," etc.
Yeah, I'm a top to bottom listener, and then
really
each time I go through, I glean something new from the song. Like, I just internalize it. And
that has been fun with the vinyl, because you can sit there and like really read through it.
I wonder if she's gonna have merch.
We need more merch
at the tour.
Oh, stop it, Portugal. Bean is going to the Portugal,
the Lisbon show,
and you. So help me God, I'm going to send you with money for you to buy me Torture Poets merch.
I will Venmo you $100.
Only problem is we're doing that whole trip on carry-on, so
we will pay for you to ship it
put it under your shirt like a baby. I
know that trick I just saw? It was a TikTok. It was a TikTok, not a reel. Someone brought like a pillowcase. It was a fluffy like pillow. It looks like this.
Yeah.
But inside of it, instead of it was fluff from a pillow, it was extra clothes. So she just carried the pillow on the plane, and it was literally like full of her clothes instead of. I was like, that is brilliant. Who thinks of bringing a pillow?
So we will buy you a pillowcase.
Yes,
and we'll stuff it with money, and you will replace the money.
You will carry it down filled with money, filled with cash,
and then you'll bring it back filled with shirts.
Yeah.
Portuguese cash. And then
is it different?
No disrespect.
Oh, Brent. Oh my God. You think they use the American dollar in Portugal?
Nobody uses the American dollar, the US dollar, but us. Similar to how nobody uses the inches.
I'm just gonna swipe a card. I won't really.
You're gonna be so confused over there. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, it's about 12 kilometers away," and you're gonna be like, "I don't know."
That's why I follow.
That's why you let someone else lead. In the lane of smut, what do we think is the hottest track on the anthology? Guilty as Sin.
Mm-hmm. You really do need to spend 8 hours on that one, honey, and you'll get there.
Okay.
So high school is hot, but in like a...
So high school is flirty, like falling in love.
Yes, in a flirty way. Like, touch while your bros play Grand Theft Auto. Like, that's high school, for sure.
Cute. Like, and fun. It's fun to have a little moment while others are not paying attention.
Grand Theft Auto was fun. Did y'all ever play it? Grand Theft Auto?
I never played it, but
you would take the hoe to the beach, and then the car would rock like on the game.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then windows would get steamy. I really enjoyed Grand Theft Auto. I had a cool house and a car.
I did have to. So, in the song "So High School," she's like, brand new, full throttle. Just me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto. It's true swear, Scout's honor.
Oh, and like so cute. He does that. Three fingers. Hot.
So that's what that means.
Wait, what?
Hot.
Oh,
you made that so dirty, Katie Bird.
I'm not the one who said it.
Let me tell you, 1's not enough. 2 is not always enough. 3 is just right.
It's a 3 finger. So the 3 finger special. That's what Scout's. That's Scout's honor.
3 is pretty good.
Ew.
Not you. You who does not have a
touch me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto. It's true swear, Scout's honor. Like.
So
hot.
3 fingers for the labia.
Well, I mean,
or wherever
for for where it goes.
They are going in your body.
Yeah, okay.
Hot.
And that could work for a man too.
I had
Sure can.
Correct.
May need some lube, but
it's possible.
Hot.
I had a student, one of my Swifties. She's like, I get. Touch me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto. I understand that. She was like, what is Scout's honor? What is that? And I was like, are you familiar with the Boy Scouts at all? And she was like, no. And I was like, this is something you can Google when you get home. You can ask your friends. And maybe
you didn't tell her?
No. I am her school counselor.
For legal reasons.
I am her school counselor.
So, yeah, that... Okay.
And folks,
I don't know, you could have.
She's a senior. She's 18.
She's grown up.
Yeah,
she's an adult.
She's
sexually active.
You balance that fine line of like help,
Cute.
advice with like.
Yeah, I was like,
because they will go home and they will tell their parents.
Correct.
Like, you are welcome to Google that if you want. It could also just mean whatever you want.
Yeah.
Scout's honor also means being honest.
Scout's honor also means like it's
a Scout's honor. I don't know.
But it's also Scout's honor. Says someone who's married to an Eagle Scout.
Yes, correct. It's like, no, I get it.
That's hot, Katie Bird. That is so fun.
Girlies, if your boyfriend's near, turn it up.
Oh, that is so fun.
Scout's honor.
Okay, that's pretty smutty. To land the plane, we have a smut-tastic.
Promised from last week.
As promised. We told you we would. Here we are with some real-time Reddit goodness.
All right. Okay, so this story is called "The Time I Fucked Up by Submitting Hardcore Furry Erotica Instead of My Final Paper."
Same, honestly.
This earned the title "Fuck Up of the Month" on Reddit.
Wow.
High honor. Okay. So, I'm currently a 4th-year computer science student at a pretty respected university and was looking to graduate this semester. One of the classes I was taking was a class in modern advancement and trends in the field of technology. While the class didn't require too much heavy lifting, it was still a higher level one that required a good amount of work. For our final, our professor had assigned us a 20-page research paper into current or possible future technology of our choice within the field.
Furries.
I did my paper on helium-3 power generation. I know what that is. That sounds something like I'm familiar with. I worked my ass off on this paper, and in the end, I was super proud of it. The papers were due last night at midnight. I'm assuming this was written a while ago. And I held off on submitting my final draft until the end to get it as clean as possible. And this is where I fucked up big time. Let me tell you a little about myself. She said, let me back it up a little bit.
You think she, her?
Oh, I don't know. I just assumed because she's writing erotica, but maybe not. They.
I mean, that would really change the flavor of this.
The flavor.
You know what I mean?
I don't work a normal job. I tried it in my first year of school, and I didn't really like it. That's so fucking relatable. Working a job is terrible.
So, post-grad, working a job is not always great either.
I worked internships when they came up, but outside of that, I really didn't work. This and being a student doesn't really mix well, though, so I had to make money some way. For the past 3 years, I've gotten on by writing hardcore erotica on commission. I can do this! How do I get that job?
Katie Bird, you would...
Hell, AI can help you and have it done in a minute.
Forget an OnlyFans.
I will write...
I mean, you would thrive. You would be a millionaire on OnlyFans. But if you wrote erotica... I've been saying this since, I think, episode 1, folks. I've been saying you need to write fanfic. You need to write erotica. You could do this better than most.
Oh my gosh, I could make so much money.
I believe in you.
Specifically for furries. I would write anything, any fetish, any premise, anything. In some parts of that community, I became really popular, I bet. At one point, I was making almost $2,500 on Patreon, along with amounts charged to my concert.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm about to be fucking rich, folks.
Forget school counseling.
You heard it here.
Am I proud of this? No. Why not?
But be proud. Don't kink shame.
Friend. Dude, this is how you make your money.
Listen, the world sucks right now. Make your money.
Yeah.
Don't kink shame either. Like,
I've written some really disgusting stuff, but it paid the bills and the money was too good to pass up. Hey, that's so relatable. Mm-hmm. Make your money. Mm-hmm. I told myself the minute I got a real job, I was cutting this off and running from this work. Okay. This person seems like they're kind of ashamed of what they're doing. There's no shame here, folks.
I hope the comments are really affirming because, there's a lot of internalized biases that we can call out later at another podcast.
It's another podcast. Well, this brings us to last night. I had not gotten any sleep for the past few nights. I had multiple projects due in the span of a few days. I was running on nothing but coffee and Rockstar. Ooh,
same.
Rockstars.
Oh no,
college, magical time.
I was nothing more than a walking corpse. Well, same. Me too.
And I have peanut butter and jelly in my system.
And wanted to do nothing but sleep. I ended up doing my last read over of my final paper and submitted it before sleeping. However, instead of submitting my final paper, I somehow submitted one of the commissions I was working on. This commission is not light either. It's almost 10 pages long and contains a variety of things, including... Oh, I don't know what vor is. Does anybody know?
V-O-R?
V-O-R-E.
Ooh.
Vorophilia, a typically erotic desire or sexual fantasy to be consumed or to consume another.
Oh, no!
anyway.
Oh no.
Okay.
A scenario when one character or creature consumes another, often in a non-fatal manner.
So, I mean,
Eat 'em, but don't kill 'em.
vampires.
Yeah, it sounds vampire werewolf.
We're saying not you, no disrespect, but like we're saying, but like vampires. Since we were in middle school, the collective
Are we eating together, or are you
my
eating
fucking
someone?
blood, baby?
No, I think we're talking about consuming.
Well, it involves bodily fluids a lot in physical contact.
Okay.
well, just like
blood.
blood.
Or cum. Blood or cum.
Okay.
Whatever your kink is. So I went to bed. Submissions for the final locked, and my academic career was sentenced to death then and there. When I woke up this morning, I checked my grades for my other classes before noticing an email from my professor. All it says was to come to his office after class today. I want to fucking die right now. I don't know how I'm going to explain
That professor thinks he's going to lose his job.
Yeah.
Because this is
for
unsafe for the professor to receive.
To have, yeah. Oh no! Good. They're gonna explain what they wrote about. Don't even worry about it.
Very good. Very good.
The heteros.
I want to fucking die right now. I don't know how I'm going to explain why instead of my final, I submitted a hardcore erotic story with a wolf man jacking off in a dragon's stomach.
Absolutely yes.
Okay, but yeah, I fucked up big time. TLDR, in my final semester of college, instead of submitting my final research paper, I submitted hardcore for erotica. Professor wants to talk. Okay, there's an update.
I'm going to swipe that off my screen.
God.
Obligatory update, folks.
We didn't get this on the other one.
Yeah.
It is our joy.
Well, I just left his office and I still want to die. Yeah. Not so much, though. I took some advice from here and printed my paper out and had it with me. I won't lie. When I sat down with him, I was already almost in tears from the stress and embarrassment. Yeah, I would be too.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he picked up on that because he tried to be as nice as possible and told me to calm down and just explain what happened. I ran down pretty much everything I said here. While he didn't agree with the avenue I was taking, hey, you know what? Fuck off, Professor. You have a cozy job, Professor.
Yeah, it's easy
of computer
for you to
science.
say.
Rude. This person needs money.
Yeah, what is it? Mm-hmm. Continue.
He had checked the submissions last night after the deadline, and my submission's name stuck out immediately. It was along the lines of customer _ commission _ second draft doc. Okay, that does not. Yeah. I've taken a class from him before and was an A student, so I guessed I had just submitted the wrong file on accident. Mm-hmm. He told me he read the first page and realized it probably wasn't meant for him to read. Yeah.
Thank God
wish
it was only the first.
So I kept reading. It was interesting.
That's what he reported. Mm-hmm. That was only his first.
I gave him the copy I brought, and he accepted it. He told me just to email him the file, and he would replace the one I had submitted, and that he would pretend this never happened. He seemed to at least have a good sense of humor, and as he told me what I had originally submitted was well written, at least. Like I said, I still want to fucking die right now. At least he understood that I'm just an idiot and not malicious. Thanks, I guess, for the advice and helping me through this nervous breakdown.
Questioning all of our life choices.
The first comment on here is, so how does one go into writing $2,500 worth erotica on Patreon asking for a friend? I'm also asking this exact question.
You would be so good at it.
Wow.
At least that one had an update. I appreciate that.
One
Unlike the other one where like
this person is
that
fine.
dude was fucking the mom and the daughter.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
That's still in your brain.
I need a conclusion. I need an ending. I need finalization. I need confirmation.
Closure.
Yeah.
All those synonyms to all those words. I need it. And closure. Thank you. And
Taylor,
I still haven't got it.
of this.
Still haven't got it. And I think about it.
But you know, we did get closure on was the student.
Yeah. And they're going to be just fine.
Respectfully, they're going to be just fine. And wow.
That's like you planning out the trips and it pulling up on the window.
Tell us that
cry.
Yeah, I've told it already. My spreadsheet for Charleston was just up for all of my students to look at.
And the students got to see the part where you get in your PJs and drink wine and cry.
Yeah.
The PJs were cute too.
Like pajamas.
Yes, they better be fucking cute. They're expensive.
Southern women.
That's right.
We invest in our loungewear. You know, best of luck to this Redditor.
Best of luck to everyone out there.
Her, we're assuming, cool. I would rather die.
Yeah.
I would rather die than someone to read.
When you submit a paper, does it just go? She not have deleted it?
No, so if I'm assuming it's like a Canvas or a Blackboard situation.
Yeah, it's Canvas or Blackboard.
And when you go to submit, especially for a final paper like that, you get one submission try, and once you do it, it locks immediately.
Because for so many reasons. It's securing the grade. It's just.
I mean, I've done where I've submitted my rough draft instead of my final draft before, and like I've emailed the professor and say, hey, can you unlock it? I submitted the wrong version.
But it wasn't for erotica.
Yeah, right. And like professors, like they're usually like, oh yeah, no worries, like we'll
but it
fix
wasn't furry erotica.
But like that one is, I love that like the email was, come see me in my office.
Come see
That
me.
is menacing.
Yes.
That is actually, but yeah, I bet that professor was scared, and they should have been, because they could have lost their jobs.
Damn.
That's a, is it Title 8, Title 1?
Title 9.
Title 9.
Title what?
Title 8 plus 1.
Title 9 is like the gender equality law that we have to follow in college and in high schools.
It protects students.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Like it's an excellent situation for the most part, to my knowledge.
Yeah, anytime we have any kind of like sexual harassment, sexual assault in school, we have to report it to the Title IX office, and they have to come investigate.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's accountability. It's really good, but like this could have been immediately, she could have retaliated and reported it.
Yeah.
Wow. I am so glad that everybody was okay. I'm so glad that this baby, like, who needs a college degree, really?
Truly, who does?
When you can write furry erotica.
That's right. Or you can make a shit ton of money doing retail.
Yeah. Truly.
That's what I'm saying, folks.
There is no wrong way to eat a Reese's.
I mean, thank you.
And if it brings you joy and it takes,
I love it.
Yes, there's so many ways, y'all. If you're exploring career options, just
It is what it is.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he didn't go to college, and he's out here making bank.
do your research.
The general manager.
Or you could do a whole shit ton of college
And make medium dollars and be
make
miserable.
medium
And pay back the
dollars.
debt if Joe Biden hadn't swiped it for you.
Yeah, exactly. There's
The only debt I have is a vehicle and a couple credit cards.
Yeah.
what's it like?
I've got to stop. Smacks wrist. Got to stop. I got to quit spending.
Portugal.
Damn it.
That's to Florida.
Oh, duh. I paid for that already.
You paid that already.
See, when I get money, I shove it away.
Exactly.
I just try to make it all go away really quick before I'm like, oh, new unclouds.
Also a beautiful way to spend money.
Yeah,
Correct.
or a new ball outfit that you've.
Thank you. Yes, head to toe pickleball, because I've played pickleball thrice. Listeners, we hope that you are spending money, maybe even spending money by listening to our ads.
Yes.
Ads are a new addition here on the pod, and this is a caveat that we just recently considered. We were approved for ads a long time ago, but now we're getting them, apparently, on Spotify. We don't approve these ads. We don't know who they are.
I don't know how to not approve them.
But you know what? Like, if you love us and you support us, get Froggy Fresh with those ads. Go listen to those podskis. We might get some revenue from it. Yeah, I hope that they also enjoy our ads. We just caveat at the front of this. If there is ever an ad that you're like, I don't know if that aligns with the values of the Smut Club, then we just want to say up front, we're doing our best to like screen these because we want them to be safe, affirming, things that we agree with.
Correct.
But we are not necessarily choosing them, so we do not endorse them. But we endorse them in the sense that, like, if it's safe and affirming, maybe we could get some cash out of it. But.
True. Yeah, and if you're hearing something that doesn't feel right, let us know immediately, and I will contact Spotify myself, I guess.
Exactly. It is our priority that we form a safe, affirming space where folks feel creative and loved and able to come to their senses about Matthew Healy. And those are our general goals here at the podcast.
Correct. All right,
y'all.
folks. Next week, we are reviewing The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang.
It is. If y'all haven't read this, I mean, when did it come out?
Oh, forever ago.
It's an OG.
Yeah.
It is
forever.
so
It's an OG smut book.
good.
It's so good. It's a flipped Pretty Woman. So
It is a
male
flipped Pretty Woman.
escort, and she's paying him. It is so good.
It is.
We have some neurodiversity.
I've actually seen that movie.
Oh, Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
It's one of
You
Katie
would be
Bird's
su-
favorites.
It's like my favorite movie of all time.
I usually people make fun of me because
Cute.
I'm not like, I've never seen like a Patrick Swayze movie and everyone's just like,
Dirty Dancing is my second favorite movie of all
yeah,
time.
I've never seen that.
Jessica Day also loves it.
Yeah.
For her breakups.
That's for a different podcast. So please read along with us as we review The Kiss Quotient. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be doing Funny Story by Emily Henry.
Emily Henry. Y'all, we have loved reviewing Emily Henry. We're going to have some festivities to celebrate Funny Story. And yeah, we're looking forward to reviewing it with y'all. We might have a third Taylor Swift album by then. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
The possibility is always there.
We are as up to date as we can be, and here we are.
All right. So until next time, let me know how to write for erotica for $2,500 a story, because I'll start doing that immediately.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.